Hello everybody, and welcome back for the weekly recap. Before we get started, make sure you give me a thumbs up down below and also subscribe to my YouTube channel where you will find additional videos of this type along with toolbox safety topic videos and leadership training videos. Well, let's go ahead and get right into it. Before we cover the recap, though, I'd like to talk about accountability and responsibility. Accountability is not simply taking blame when something goes wrong. Accountability is about delivering on a commitment. It's responsibility to an outcome, not just to a set of tasks. It's taking initiative with thoughtful, strategic follow-through. Where does accountability and responsibility start and end with us as individuals working for a company? When we commit to perform a task, we first sell our services based on our opinion of ourselves, the picture we paint of ourselves in the client's mind, and how we commit to perform for the client. We normally use keywords like safe, timely, and efficient for the delivery of promised goods and services, or the performance of a task or a job. Well, we did a good job at the sales part, and we win the contract. Is the salesman or the estimator at that point relieved of his or her duty to the client to deliver the project as promised, safe, timely, and efficient? Or does the responsibility remain to follow that task through to the end, where we shake hands with the client saying, "Thank you very much for the opportunity, and we look forward to doing the next one"? It's important that if we are the face the client sees when awarding the contract, that we remain the face the client sees throughout the process. And when we make the commitment to perform the job, eventually we have to count on others. However, we also have to maintain constant contact with our teammates as we hand off the job to be performed by them. Now, this may include doing follow-ups, follow-throughs, helping support the team in the field by making arrangements with vendors, purveyors, etc., and making sure that the field staff understands the scope of work committed to. It is important to our teams in the field to have an open line of communication with management to ensure the client's satisfaction with performance. Do your team members in the field feel like they can count on you for your support to complete their work? Do they have the resources needed, the proper tools and equipment, the right PPE of ample quality and quantity? Do they have an adequate time frame in which to complete the job or task? Do they have everything they need? And do you, as perhaps the individual who won the contract, ensure that they have the needed support so that in the end we achieve the things that are most important? Satisfy the customer, create profit for the company, and make a paycheck for ourselves and our coworkers. Okay, on with the weekly recap. Of the jobs I visited this past week, everything looked pretty good. However, there were a few items of note. First, pre-demolition survey. A pre-demolition survey is required prior to the commencement of demolition activities. The purpose of the demolition survey is to ensure the building is ready to be safely demolished. Are all the utilities disconnected, be they above ground or below ground? Have we had an asbestos survey? Are there any underground storage tanks? Are there nearby structures that could be at risk of premature or unplanned collapse? Now, these are just some of the questions that the pre-demolition survey helps us to answer. The pre-demolition survey is to be on site and available for review. Next, I'd like to talk about toolbox safety meetings. A weekly, dedicated, and documented toolbox safety meeting is required. The superintendent is to set aside a time each week for a toolbox safety topic meeting, and that meeting is to be documented. Next, I'd like to talk about eye protection. Eye protection falls under the category of personal protective equipment, or PPE. It is required that all employees are to be equipped with and have the minimum PPE when they come on the job site. Minimum PPE is hard hat, safety glasses, gloves, high-vis clothing or vest, work boots, work pants, and a shirt with sleeves. The most important thing is not only to have the PPE, but to use it as well. I've seen a couple instances this past week where people were not wearing their safety glasses. Next, I'd like to talk about proper ladder use. While working from ladders, we are to always face the ladder. And for the sake of balance, the rule of thumb is to keep your belt buckle within the rails of the step ladder. Now, if you're using an extension ladder, it is to be secured at the top. Next, I'd like to talk about proper housekeeping. Work areas are to remain free of trip hazards. Ensure that all trash and demolition debris is picked up and kept up and off the floor so that it doesn't create a trip hazard. And one thing that's of importance, asbestos bags cannot be used for general debris. Some states require that asbestos bags remain under lock and key if there's anything in them. So, do not use asbestos bags for general trash. Make sure you use a contractor bag or some other type of way to control your debris. Regulator gauges on compressed gas cylinder. Now, gauges are required to have their lenses intact. These lenses prevent the intrusion of dirt and oil or other debris that could affect their accuracy. Next, I'd like to talk about electrical. Electrical doors on electrical panels are to remain closed at all times. Finally, we need to talk about retractable lanyards and lifelines. Similar to ladder inspection, retractable lanyard and lifelines must have legible labels on them so that it can be determined when they were manufactured and what their capacities and design limits are. Retractable lanyards and lifelines that do not have labels are to be removed from service. Overall, the jobs looked good. Let's continue to strive for improvements in every aspect of our daily work life. Train your teammates in effective safety skills, coach as necessary, and retrain when weaknesses are recognized. Thanks for watching. Make sure you give me a thumbs up down below to encourage me to make more videos of this nature. Also, subscribe to my channel where you will find additional videos of this nature along with toolbox safety topic videos and leadership training videos. And until we see each other again, take care of yourself because you're number one. Look out for your co-workers and ensure their safety, and I will see you in the field.